Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of It's News to Me. I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm Alyssa.
Today we'll be highlighting important events happening worldwide, nationwide, and right here in our community. Our first story comes from right here in Kane County. On Monday, August 31st, two members and stars of the Ladies Professional Golf Association stopped by Rich Harvest Farms in Sugar Grove to begin the countdown to the LPGA's 2016 UL International Crown, the biggest sporting event that Kane County has ever hosted. Belen Mazo of Spain and Minji Lee of Australia joined sponsors and local dignitaries to kick off the countdown. Also amidst the crowd was the LPGA Chief Communications Officer Craig Kahn, a Chicago area native. He talked about the more than 460 members of the LPGA that compete internationally, and that Kane County is playing a big role in the LPGA's next big step forward. He also said that it is important to get the next generation in Chicago to care about golf and support people like Jerry Rich, the owner of the 18-hole private course in Sugar Grove. He claimed that this is the launch of something truly special. Rich Harvest Farms has been rated in the top 100 golf courses throughout the U.S. The 2016 UL International Crown will be held there July 19th through 24th next summer. Tickets for the event are available online only at www.ulcrown.com. Prices start at $99 for the weekly grounds and $195 for upgraded grounds. Volunteer registration is also available online for the event. Get ready, Kane County.
Now let's check it out with Michelle Martzel.
Hello, I'm Michelle Martzel, Promotional Services Manager here at the Batavia Public Library. High school students can take a free PSAT at the library on Sunday, September 13th from 12:30 to 4 p.m. There are still a few openings for this program. Please register ASAP on the library website or call the reference desk. The library is offering two other programs related to college for both students and their parents this month. College Knowledge, tips from inside the admissions committee, will be presented at 7 p.m. Tuesday, September 15th. Students and parents can learn about campus visits, application tips, and financial assistance from a college recruiter. Then, on Tuesday, September 29th at 7 p.m., students and parents can learn about college financial aid and tax-saving opportunities from an expert in college planning. Please register for both of these programs on the library website or call the reference desk. Chicago author Robert Kurson will talk about his new book, Pirate Hunters, at 7 p.m. on Monday, September 21st. Kurson is an award-winning writer, and his two earlier books, Shadow Divers and Crashing Through, were both New York Times bestsellers. Please register for this new Lyceum Lecture Series program, which is sponsored by the Batavia Public Library Foundation. Fall story times begin next week. Registration is required for most story times. Parents and caregivers, please visit the Youth Services desk or the library's online calendar for the full schedule. Now that Labor Day is behind us, the library's Sunday hours are once again from noon until 5 p.m. So come early and stay late. I'm Michelle Martzel, and I hope to see you at the library.
Our next story takes place across the Atlantic in Britain, where Queen Elizabeth II had conquered a historical milestone for British royalty. On Wednesday, September 9th, the Queen became the longest reigning monarch, breaking her great-great-grandmother Victoria's record of 63 years, 7 months, and 2 days on the throne. The Queen had expressed that she did not have any interest in competing with her ancestors and planned on the day being very casual. However, due to popular demand of such a momentous occasion, the Queen made a public appearance to celebrate. Queen Elizabeth II is the nation's 40th monarch and only the 6th queen since William the Conqueror over 1,000 years ago. She is the most traveled monarch in history, the patron of over 600 charities and organizations, and has granted her country a sense of continuity and stability, all with devotion and utmost love for her country.
In national news, the city of Baltimore is to pay $6.4 million to the family of Freddie Gray, the 25-year-old African-American who died in April after suffering a critical gunshot wound while in police custody. The effects after the death of Freddie Gray spread throughout the U.S., causing riots and protests nationwide. The mayor's office announced that the settlement will go to the city's spending oversight board Wednesday for formal approval, and that $2.8 million will be given in the first fiscal year, which began on July 1st, and the difference will be paid in the second year.
In local news, hoops and hijinks are coming to Batavia on Sunday, October 11th, when our very own local challengers, the Batavia Dream Team, take on the Harlem Ambassadors in a comedy basketball show the whole family will enjoy. The show starts at 5:30 p.m. in the Batavia High School main gym. Proceeds from the event benefit the Batavia Bulldog Boosters and the Batavia United Way and will be used for BPS 101 student athletes and local families in need. The Harlem Ambassadors offer a unique brand of Harlem-style basketball featuring high-flying slam dunks, dazzling ball-handling tricks, hilarious comedy routines, music, dancing, and games for the kids. The Ambassadors also deliver a positive message for kids wherever the team plays. The Batavia Dream Team includes several BPS 101 teachers, radio personality Ramblin' Ray Stevens from US 99.5, and the Batavia Deputy Fire Chief, along with many more local celebrities. Tickets for the Sunday, October 11th game at Batavia High School are now on sale at bataviabulldogbboosters.org. Tickets for students are $5, adults are $8, and children 4 and under are free. The event is generously sponsored by Ronald A. Murphy Dental in Batavia and Comfort Inn and Suites in Geneva.
Our friend Jack Gillerlane stopped in to one of the Batavia Dream Team practices. Let's take a look at what went on.
I'm Jack Gillerlane with BATV, and today I'm with
Jason Stoops.
So, Mr. Stoops, you're about to play a really tough team, the Harlem Ambassadors. What's your game plan going into this?
Well, I hope that we can just play some solid defense, have some good plays drawn up to get some good offense together, and have fun while we're doing it.
And have you had practice in this sport before? Did you play high school or college?
I played in high school, and I played in intramurals in college.
For what school?
University of Iowa and St. Charles High School.
All right. So for St. Charles, did Jeremy varsity?
Yes, I was a center for varsity basketball.
So it's looking like we're going to win, right?
I would like to say so, so sure, we're going to win.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Stoops.
Thank you.
In sports news, Week 1 of the National Football League is finally here, and the 2015-2016 season has been buzzing ever since the beginning of off-season practices. After past seasons and preseason analysis, here are your top 5 most favorited teams for the Super Bowl win in 2016. Number 1 is the Seattle Seahawks. Last year, the Seahawks put up outstanding numbers in yardage and passing, and Russell Wilson plus Marshawn Lynch equals a for sure 2016 Super Bowl favorite.
Coming in at number 2 is none other than the New England Patriots, the reigning Super Bowl champions. In past seasons, their quarterback Tom Brady has proven to be one of the best at adjusting on the fly. After adding a couple rookies and upgrading their front line, the Patriots keep their usual spot on the Super Bowl's favorites list.
At number 3, we have the Green Bay Packers, home of the NFL's 2014 MVP Aaron Rodgers. Last season, the Pack ranked 7th in EPA over the last 8 games of the season, and although rising star receiver Jordy Nelson is out until 2016, Green Bay still secures a spot on the top 5 favorites to win it all.
At the number 4 spot are the Indianapolis Colts. Their quarterback, Andrew Luck, has been described as tough, accurate, and athletic, clearly one of the best in the NFL. However, after the crushing loss in 2014 AFC Championship, the Colts were still missing something in the equation that would bring them to the big stage. During the offseason, the team created a 3-receiver personnel, including running back Frank Gore and wide receivers Andre Johnson and Philip Gorsuch. The reconstruction of their running game makes the Indianapolis a true contender for this year's Super Bowl.
And finally, the 5th spot is tackled by the Denver Broncos. This AFC power has kept the NFL's best record since Peyton Manning's arrival in 2012. Last season, superstar quarterback began to show his age. Denver has now decided to shift their game towards running back C.J. Anderson. Star Peyton Manning plus running back strength C.J. Anderson and the 6th best defense in the league may equal a new winning formula for the Denver Broncos, securing their place in the top 5 favorites for the Super Bowl in 2016. Seems like we have many new players to watch, current players rising up, and some seasoned players who are ready to finish things off. Should be a very interesting season for the NFL.
Hi, I'm Bill McGrath, the Batavia City Administrator, and this is the Municipal Minute. Today is Wednesday, September 9th. There's been a lot going on in the city since the last broadcast of this, last taping of this. When we do our community surveys, the community continually says that the most important thing to them is the redevelopment of the downtown. And as I'm sure you've seen, there's a lot been happening in the downtown over the last 2 or 3 years, and it continues today. Houston Street, the streetscape project, and the road rebuilding, which is the true reason for the project, is coming along very smoothly. They're starting to put in some concrete for some planters next week. They've already put in the storm sewer line. They've already put in the water line. Sewer was done last year. They're almost done putting in electric conduit and conduit for fiber, conduit for the irrigation system for the planters, ordered lights. I think it'll be just very exciting, and we hope to make that block much more interesting. The Walgreens project, which is assisted by the city with tax increment financing, it's moving along quite well, as Houston is. We've had terrific weather for the construction. They had to put in something like 65 mini piers because that land is actually former riverbed. But that's all done. They've put in a lot of fill, and they've already put in the foundations for the building itself. I think the owners and the contractors have done a nice job under the circumstances of keeping circulation going very well at the Batavia Plaza. And I think that's very fortunate for the businesses who are there, who are, of course, still open. That reminds me that the businesses along Houston Street, or Water Street being the open range, the Popcorn Depot, the professional building, and all the businesses on Island Avenue are open as always during the Houston Street construction, and Island Avenue and Water Street are open in terms of going north and south. So please patronize those businesses. Some people are put off by the construction, but it would be very helpful if you made an effort to go out and patronize those businesses during this time. We are also working with Pace Bus. Pace Bus is going to put more buses going through Batavia. Right now we're working with them on Route 802, which comes from Aurora. It comes up through Batavia, goes to the Geneva Commuter Station and other places. Beginning in October, they're going to alternate those bus lines. One will come up to Main Street, actually turn and go west to Randall, and go up Randall for a distance, and then get over to the Geneva train station. And then the other buses will just remain going straight north on Batavia Avenue. When the actual schedules are finalized and the maps, we will put those on our website and send it out on an e-blast. If you haven't subscribed to our e-blast, please go to our website, and on the upper right-hand corner of the first page, you should be able to see the sign up for the e-blast. Having said that, today is the first day of a brand new website at www.cityofbatavia.net. So the sign up for e-blasts may not be in the upper right-hand corner. I forgot to take a look at where it is before this taping. But we can send you out news of what's going on in Batavia if you sign up. The bus stops will be modified so that the buses coming up from Aurora will turn left on Main Street and then stop a few feet west of Batavia Avenue. And the current bus stop, which is at the southeast corner of Main and Batavia Avenue, will be moved, and it will be located on Batavia Avenue just north of Main Street. Pace will be putting in the signage pretty quickly, and as we said, we'll put out materials on our website. The Art Stop is a small parking lot at the southeast corner of River and Wilson Street. There are some sculptures out there. That's why it's called the Art Stop lot. It is an improved parking lot at the moment, but we've been letting it go a little bit because we have plans to reconstruct it and expand the parking, adding approximately 40 spaces to it. The bids are in today, coincidentally. They'll be reviewed by the Committee of the Whole next Tuesday night. Hopefully a contract will be signed on the 21st, and the goal is to have that parking lot work done during this construction season. So it'll be very handy to have additional parking support for the River Street area. The block party was this weekend, and it was very successful here in the downtown. There was a car show, a pie contest, and some dance contests on River Street on the Woonerf. Coincidentally, one of the local restaurants had a wedding reception there, so it was very interesting. It was good people watching as well as car watching. At the same time, right across the Ped Bridge was the other part of the block party at the Riverwalk Park, and that had featured food from several of our restaurants, some liquid refreshments, and music as well. So the downtown on Sunday was very lively. Lastly, on the downtown, the City Council Committee of the Whole recommended last night the granting of 2 facade grants, one to assist with tuck pointing at the 10-12 North River Street, formerly O'Brien's restaurant and now the River's Edge pub. That assistance is to help with some tuck pointing to help keep up this historic building. It is one of the oldest buildings here in the city. Another grant was given to the Midwest Counseling, located at 13 East Wilson in the downtown for some signage. So as you can see, there's a lot going on here in the downtown. We've received a lot of calls about the Siemens vacant property out on McKee, Van Nortwick, and Wilson Street. As you may know, there had been some contamination found due to some of the cleaning processes that took place there a long time ago, and that part of the property was all cleaned up and given a clean bill of health by the Illinois EPA. When the Siemens Corporation attempted to sell the property, as is their desire, they did some more borings in places that had never had borings before, and they found that some of the backfill for the original building foundations was actually foundry sand. Foundry sand can contain some heavy metals and thus are considered a contaminant. What Siemens has done is has covered all of that with clean fill. They're going to spray the entire area with some kind of space-age substance that holds down dust. They've put in the silt fencing. They've put in some drainage swales to keep water on the site. And additionally, just very recently, they have done some more borings there to make sure that nothing in those soils could leach through the soil and get off the site. And those tests confirmed that there is no leaching going on. This typically doesn't happen with those kinds of contaminants. So there's absolutely nothing to worry about. Right now they have their consultants working on a decontamination plan, a cleanup plan with the Illinois EPA, and that'll probably take 3 or 4 months. Cleanup will start next spring is what the plan is. And once the place is totally cleaned, they're cleaning it up to the highest level of cleanliness you can have, and that would allow for residential development to take place. After that, the rest of the any part of the foundations will be pulled out. It'll be graded and seeded, and then it'll be put on the market. And there'll be some master planning, and I'm sure some neighborhood meetings, as were done several years ago, to talk about just what Batavia needs and what that neighborhood needs. We're heading into the last 3 brush pickup dates. The east side brush pickup will be on starting Monday, September 14th, Monday, October 12th, and Monday, November 30th, right after Thanksgiving. On the west side, the pickups will be on the week of Monday, September 21st, October 18th, and October 19th, and again, November 30th, the week after Thanksgiving. Please have your brush out on Monday morning because our contractors make their way through the city pretty quickly. It's still not too late to participate in the city's 50/50 Parkway Tree Program. You can either call Public Works or you can look at the front page under the news section or go to the news section under the website and it'll tell you what you can do to order a tree for your parkway and add to the urban forest. Lastly, there was an article in one of the local papers that talked about the fact that Aldi Corporation has leased some space in a building in Aurora for its IT department, and the article was written in such a way that it almost inferred that Aldi's corporate headquarters had moved there. Aldi, of course, its North American headquarters is based here in Batavia, and I can tell you that there is no plan on behalf of Aldi to move from Batavia. They have a huge campus there, and the reason why they've leased this office space in Aurora is because of their explosive growth. As you know, they just built a 7-story addition a few years ago and are already needing to plan more building, and at this point they want to take some time and do a master plan for the entire campus. And the best way for them to really do it in a thought-out manner was to lease some space for their IT department for now. They need to build a little additional temporary parking on the campus now, and then I think we'll see some building in the next several years there and bring that other department back to the corporate headquarters. So that's all I have for this week's Municipal Minute. Of course, you can go to our website and always contact me or any other member of the staff or the mayor or the elected officials with questions, and we'll do our best to respond to you as soon as we can. Thank you very much.
In world news, Syrian refugees are desperately fleeing from the countries Afghanistan, Iraq, Eritrea, and Syria, attempting to escape the homeland civil war that has been ongoing for about 4 years. It is being considered the worst refugee crisis since the Rwandan genocide more than 20 years ago. Some European countries have been nothing but open arms since 4.1 million Syrians began to flee their country, but others haven't been as friendly. The 3 Middle Eastern countries of Lebanon, Jordan, and Turkey have been taking in the most refugees recently. However, refugees are generally seeking somewhere further from home, such as more northern European countries like Germany, Britain, and France. Germany currently has the most interest from the Syrians, as they were up to 98,700. Sweden follows close behind with 64,700. The United States only has taken a total of 1,500 Syrian refugees since the civil war broke out around 4 years ago. However, the United Nations announced that U.S. has donated the most to the Syrian refugees crisis.
In local news, the Kane County Cougars have clinched a postseason spot in the 2015 Midwest League playoffs. The Cougars have now won 48 games in the second half of the season, a franchise best, breaking the record of 47. The Cougars took on the first round on Wednesday and Thursday evenings and will continue this evening at home against Peoria Chiefs. This season, the Cougars went 9-7 against the Chiefs, including a 3-game series win over the recent Labor Day weekend. This will be the first time since 2004 that the Chiefs and the Cougars have met in the playoffs. Postseason tickets are available by calling 630-232-8811. The Cougars currently have a $5 special that includes a reserved seat and a hot dog. All beers and pop during the playoffs will be $1 at the Fifth Third Bank Ballpark.
There is a massive credit card breakthrough that you may not have known about. Come October 1st, everybody in the U.S. will be receiving new credit and debit cards from their banks or credit unions. These new cards will be equipped with a chip that generates unique transaction codes every time you use it, preventing hackers from gaining access to consumer data. In Canada and Europe, these cards have been proven to be more protective against card fraud. Thanks to the chip technology and the linked PIN, since the transaction to the chip and the PIN in 2004, the UK has seen a 67% decrease in retail fraud. Last year, Canada saw it fall by 55%. Although the chip technology is much more secure than the outdated magnetic chip, it has been proven that the PIN number increases the security by 700%. The chip and PIN version of the cards will not be issued to American consumers, as they will be only receive the cards solely with technology.
Now let's head over to the park bench with Katie Drum.
Got it. What did I even say?
Hello, I'm Katie Drum, the Marketing and Sponsorship Coordinator over at the Batavia Park District, and welcome to the Park Bench. I'm bringing you Park District news today from beautiful Angstrom Park. And since school is officially back in session, we want to kick off the season right by attending the 4th annual Batavia Bicycle Rodeo on September 20th from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Peg Bond Center. Children will have an opportunity to ride a safety course and participate in raffles. Police officers will also be on hand to register bicycles, and also be sure to bring your old or unused bikes to recycle and support Bikes for Batavia. The event will end with a short ride around the Fox River Trail to practice what you have learned. This event is presented by the Batavia Bicycle Commission and the Batavia Park District. And the best part, it's completely free. And we are also so excited for our Mom and Son wagon rides coming up on September 24th. Come enjoy a special night with your son at West Main Community Park. There will be wagon rides and dinner provided, as well as followed by campfire time, s'mores for dessert. The event begins at 6 p.m. and pre-registration is required. Also, the rain date is October 1st. For more information on pricing and how to register, please call 630-879-5235, and be sure to check back later for more exciting fall events from the Park District, and we'll see you next time on the Park Bench.
To finish off the show today, I have a story coming to you from New York City, where the U.S. Open is being held this year. Ex-professional tennis player James Blake was tackled by 5 plainclothes police officers in the lobby of the Manhattan Hotel on Wednesday, while on his way to the tournament for corporate appearances. Blake was detained during an investigation due to a witness misidentification and was soon released from handcuffs after a retired NYPD officer informed the undercover task force that Blake was in fact a tennis player and not their suspect. The task force had been investigating the case of numerous new phones being sent to 2 different rooms in the Hyatt Hotel, supposedly bought using a fraudulent credit card. The suspect was later brought into custody for the crime.
That's all for today, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of It's News to Me. Most of our programming is viewable online at mybatv.com or under the YouTube username BATV1017. Be sure to like us on Facebook and sign up for our newsletter to stay up to date on the station's current happenings. Thanks again for watching. I'm Anna.
And I'm Alyssa. And that's news to me.
Hey, that's news to me.